Hey modeling pals, welcome to my hobby room. First off, I want to say thank you so much for 2,500 subscribers. Uh, can't believe I reached that number. Really special. And as I mentioned, I wanted to put this together so that you can see where I do most of my work. I'm not really good at these off-the-cuff style videos, so I'm going to apologize right now when I don't have any kind of script. I really struggle, but we're going to try. See how it goes. So first off, I have my computer here where I edit all my videos. Also have a little fold-up table for when I do need more space. I can pull that out. Very nice to have. And then over here is my workbench. I have these quite nice Neatfi task lamps that provide a lot of light for me. I have more paintbrushes than I know what to do with, and lots of clips for holding things when I paint. And then I have this clear storage thing. I think this is for makeup. I like it because it's clear and I can very easily see and remind myself what's in each drawer. So like down here I keep clamps and things, and got my tape in there, pliers and nippers and scissors. Got a variety of tweezers and things in here. These little clothespins come in handy every once in a while. I have paper points for cleaning my airbrush, and I have these wine corks that you've seen me use to hold various things with. I use this poster tack stuff to hold it on. Got more larger clothespins and things in here to hold kits together. Single-use super glue. My drill bits are in here along with some other odds and ends. Got a few paint pens, chrome pens, things like that. We keep spare hobby knife blades up here, and then a couple different types of cotton buds for cleaning out my airbrushes or cleaning up my weathering products, for example. And then I've got some odds and ends up here, my knives, things like that. Got these little German figures that I'll eventually use one day for something. Over here I've got these little containers. I got these from like the dollar store, or I guess if you're in Europe, the pound shop or the euro shop. If you're in Japan, the yen shop. Just cheap little containers that I use for keep various bits in. Got my 1, 2, 3 blocks. Lots of sanding stuff. I primarily use my Infinity products now. I like those quite a bit. I do have this cheap sandpaper from Harbor Freight, but it clogs up so fast that I really prefer to use the Infinity products now. And then I have the God Hand products that I use for polishing. You've probably seen me use this in my videos. This is just a cheap, I think it's a drafting circle template, but it works really good for when you need to mask like road wheels on a tank or wheels on an aircraft if the tires are molded on. And up here I've got cements, solvents, panel liners. I also have this monstrosity that I keep various odds and ends in. Like I've got these tools that I use to clean my airbrush when I need to do a deep clean. I keep like bottle caps and things. Oh, that's wire. I keep like bottle caps and things like that for when I need to disposable weathering product holder of sorts. These are pastel sticks that I'll use to grind up into powder to do some weathering. And then I've got my kind of my paint overflow because I have run out of space on the wall. As you can see, I like to use mostly lacquer paints. I started out with the acrylics, like Model Master type stuff that I got on clearance, and really struggled with it, so I switched over to lacquer-based paints, and I've liked those quite a bit more. They've worked a lot better for me. I've got my airbrushes here. I've got a Sparmax SP20X for fine detail work. Got an Iwata Neo for metallics only, so I don't have to clean it super thoroughly every single time. Got my GSI Krios 289 that I really like just for general work. And then this is an Iwata HPCS Eclipse. I like to use this mostly for like primer when I just need to lay down like a base coat. All one color, not worry too much about modulation type stuff. And then this is my spray booth. This is just one of those cheapo Chinese ones from, I think I got it from Amazon. Might have been from eBay, I don't remember. But I put down this poster board to try to protect the bottom a little bit. And then I use, this is actually pond skimmer filter material that I've used to replace. It doesn't catch all the paint. I vent the hose like out the window when I'm using it, and I've got a nice little colored rectangle on there now from it not catching all the paint, but it does an okay job. It works. It's good enough. I wish I had a nicer booth, but for what it is, it does the job for most things I need to do. Down below, I have this container here, which is just full of kind of random stuff. I've got like extra primer and thinner down here. Got like extra sandpaper in here and pipettes and even some old Model Master lacquer rattle cans that I'll decant and use at some point. And up here I've got like polishing stuff. I've got extra little mixing bottles. There's extra cotton swabs and things in there. There's a lot of various supplies that I need. This is my compressor. It's the No Name 2D or whatever from Spray Gunner. It's worked quite well for me, I must say. I like it. It does the job. Can't complain too much. Got some binders with decals as well. The binder on the right is all replacement NASCAR decals. One of the gentlemen in my club very kindly gave me a bunch of NASCAR kits and gave me this binder with all kinds of spare decals. So I'll have to do some NASCARs at some point. The binder on the left is just leftover decals from kits, mostly a few aftermarket sets for military stuff. I've got a Tiger down here I was supposed to finish 3 months ago, never did. And just random junk on the floor because I feel like I'm constantly out of space. In these drawers I've got just containers for random bits. And then in here I've got like paint mules and things. It's just like lots of random spare parts. I have a chopper, some cars that I tore up. I don't know, lots of odds and ends. And then down here I've got lots of parts that I've 3D printed, spare containers with, I keep, like most of us, I think I keep like every spare part from every kit that I don't use, because I'm going to use it eventually, right? We all are. We can't throw that stuff away. Eventually, it's going to get used, for sure. At least that's what we tell ourselves. More random crap down there. This is where I keep a lot of stuff for my 3D printing, which is what is in this monstrosity. This is where I keep my 3D printer, which I have a Saturn IV Ultra that I got about 6 months ago. I've had a lot of fun learning how to use it, although I need to replace the release film because I got a puncture and leaked resin, and I just haven't quite gotten around to that yet. I'm a little scared to do that, honestly. Don't really want to screw that up, but I have my wash station. Got a hair dryer tucked back there for getting stuff off the supports easier. And the reason I use this giant grow tent, there's a fan in there, and I can put this up in the window, and it extracts all the fumes. So I can't use my paint booth at the same time. There's no way to vent the paint booth and the 3D printer at the same time, but I can at least be in here and, I can work on stuff at the bench, or I can edit videos without having to wear a respirator all the time or risk whatever terrible things will happen to my lungs. So it does a pretty good job of extracting the fumes. So if you're going to get a 3D printer and put it in your hobby space, I'd recommend getting one of these. It wasn't terribly expensive. I did get it on sale. I think it was maybe $60 or $70. And then the fan was another like $25 that's in there. So I think it was like $100 total, but well worth it to be able to use the printer while I'm in here. Over here I've just got random junk. I do have a few hardware store spray cans. Don't use them very often, but every once in a while you need them. In here I've just got lots of random stuff, like paint stirrers, and I got some little screwdrivers and things. This drawer is mostly tools I don't need all the time, like got these riveting wheels that I actually haven't used yet, tape cutting templates. I think there's some files down here maybe. Yeah. More just kind of random junk. I have some scale rulers and things, pliers. Got some spare airbrush stuff in here. This is actually the first airbrush that I ever bought and used. It's a cheap Chinese one. It was like $40, and honestly, it caused me a lot of frustration. I wish I would have just bought the $60 like Iwata Neo first. And then I also have this Badger Patriot 105, which has never worked right. This thing clogs up instantly despite being a 0.5. I don't know what's wrong with it. I think I got a dud manufactured one, so I don't use it because it's very frustrating to use. And then below that, I've got tape and ribbon and wire and various things for minor scratch building. And then down here, I've got like some weathering powders and, again, more just odds and ends. Like I'm sure many of us, I have the problem of having more kits than I have space for, so they've started to pile up on the floor. And they go all the way to the ceiling. So eventually, I need to reorganize this and probably get rid of a few kits. But I don't know. I've got lots of kits up here too. I guess if you want to see a more detailed stash video, I could do one. You can leave me a comment if you want to see something like that. Let me know. And then over here is my display case. I've got all like armor stuff up here. I've got a lot of planes. I don't know. I've built more stuff than what is on the channel for build videos. So I guess if you are interested in like a more detailed video about all this stuff, this paint car right here, my wife actually built pretty much all by herself. Very proud. But if you want to see a more detailed video of like all the junk that I've built, I could maybe do one. Just leave me a comment, let me know. The bottom here, these aren't models, these are just various small things that have some sort of sentimental value to me. So I keep them down there to keep them protected. And then in the closet, there's even more kits. All my Bandai stuff I keep stashed in here, which goes all the way to the ceiling. And lots of like model railroading stuff. Model railroading is how I got into building models. I don't really have space for a layout right now, so all this stuff is just kind of hanging out in the closet. This is my photo booth that folds up. Very useful for taking nice pictures. And then again, more, there's like scenery material, lots of model railroading stuff. Up here I've got more kits, including 3 Tamiya kits that I honestly forgot I had till I opened the closet right now. So I've got a hot wire table, my Dremel's up here. I need to take that out and find a way to get that at the workbench. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is where the mediocrity happens. So I hope you've enjoyed kind of checking out my hobby room. If you want to see more stuff in more detail, leave me a comment, let me know. Thank you again for 2,500 subscribers. When I started this channel, I figured 25 would be pretty cool. Didn't think I'd add 1 0 on to the end of that, let alone 2. So really appreciate all the support and the time you guys have spent watching my videos, commenting, liking them, and sharing them. So we'll see you again soon.